Previously, we learned that the Empire was founded by an Ascian, and that Ascian is back to annoy Varys. My friends appear to be collapsing left and right with their souls, and we really have no direction as where to turn to next. Why is Souls back after his death? How can we get our friend's souls back? And is Alfie really safe with this unknown Shadow Hunter? This part starts off with the quest Soul Searching, where we all feel a little bit lost on who we should turn to. Where do we even start? Who can we talk to? Like, who would... I mean, Connie Senna, but Connie Senna said that she never seen anything about it. If she had a game plan, she would have done it with Thancred. Cryle? Maybe?
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
I swear to God, if this is Cryle... Naturally, however, we turn to Cryle, one of the only remaining individuals that could potentially guide our hand in this sort of matter. After a quick look at the bodies, Cryle suggests that we look for their souls, much like we searched for Thancred's when he was whisked away. However, this will require the use of Master Matoya's crystal eye.
Come to disturb my peace again, have you?
Yep.
I hide myself away in a cave, and still you people insist on pestering me with your problems.
Yep.
Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
She's got a lot of things going on right now, Matoya, okay? Give her a break.
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
Ha! That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders.
Damn.
Now, what exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with
I love her hat. I don't know why, but I love it.
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
Yeah, we do. Can we use it, please?
And Stoller is one of the afflicted, is she?
Yes.
Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
You know, I could call Henry that sometimes. He's my ungrateful stray. He's not really a stray anymore, but you know. Sometimes he's ungrateful. And he was a stray. Uh-oh.
Right. Let us see what we can see.
I'm nervous. I'm actually a little nervous about what's going to happen
I'll
here.
begin from where our friends first fell, and cast my senses out from there. What is it? Did you find them?
I was expecting like a cutscene or something.
This doesn't make sense. How is it even possible? How is what possible? Cryle, what did you see? The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
Huh?
Could the ether have dissipated? If it had, oh gods!
Their bodies are just husks. It's like the broodmother's daughter all over again.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul.
Yeah.
Lakshmi affected her resurrection.
Aye, let's not jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
So maybe they're not cut off, but they were taken somewhere else? That won't follow?
But where?
That's the question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking. Pray, excuse me a moment.
Oh, who is it? I want to know who it is.
Yes? I remember, but... What, to Alamigo? We're on our way. That was Lise. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them.
Where the fuck is Alphino?
I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here, but...
Go, child, go! You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
For dithering.
I'll do some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
Let's be off then.
I'm trying to think, like... Hello?
Oh, not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
Because we know there are parts of the world where Aether is leaving. It's no longer there anymore.
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes on a thinning of the ether.
Yeah,
It seems to be happening all over.
that's what I just said.
Does it now? And here I was, all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the valley.
I feel like she's being facetious.
I fear something has gone awry.
I guess more
Still,
sarcastic.
There's naught to be gained from starting in shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but one thing at a time.
Their souls must either be kept somewhere we can't rightly go to yet, or closed off from us following them, or they've been just completely stolen. However, we must wait to hear back from Kryal as she does some digging and searching into the matter, especially since Alice gets a call that Maxima has come to visit Alamigo.
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphino, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
I do want to hear the news in person. Give it to me.
Ah, we meet again. Though I was hoping our reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
Me too. Get to the freaking meat. Where's
What happened to
Alphino?
my brother? Where is Alphino?
Yeah, seriously.
Never fear, my lady. Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
You assume?
Assume?
If you will allow me, I shall endeavor to explain events.
Do it, please.
Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing.
Yeah, I knew this already.
As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Ascians.
Wait, yeah, because Alphino's not with Maxima. How'd they get separated, though?
This shadow hunter, as he styled himself, then escorted us out of the wastes to relative safety. Upon arriving back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire. Master Alphino, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Ascian threat.
That sounds like an Alfie thing to do. That's exactly, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually not surprised. That sounds exactly what he would do.
Well, at least he's not lying in a heap in the burn.
Yeah. So you can chill, but he's investigating the
Tell us more about
Ascians.
these Ascian hunters. Who are they? And is Alphino still with them?
If he is, would that make you feel better or worse?
He is. As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Ascians, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them. They would not even reveal their next destination. But Master Alphino asked to accompany them all the same. Since parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's Guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went, until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander Aldin enough for giving us such an unexpectedly warm welcome.
Especially
I'm
being...
not inclined to turn away refugees, no matter which land they call home. And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Like, you can get some information on your enemy. Why not?
On that subject, there is much I would tell you. During the course of our journey, we heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night.
Oh yeah.
It would seem my former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion.
Black Rose farts. Yep.
I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward. It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
Westward? You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
Yes.
We knew this was coming, but not that it would be so soon.
Super soon.
We've barely even begun to shore up our defenses. They won't stop an invading army.
Well, speed it up, Lise.
No, they won't.
But...
Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word to our officers in the field to hasten completion of those border fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials head on!
yeah, take the fight to them. Nah.
No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time. When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander, and see that the ensuing proceedings take as long as possible.
Would you and Alize head to Doma and let Lord Hien know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphino too.
Sure.
Consider it done. We'll send word when...
Oh, fuck.
Untold sorrow must be changed. Ahead looms a calamity. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates.
You heard it too. Well, at least we're both still standing.
For now. You think Alpha can hear it too?
Oh, thank the gods. I thought we'd lost you for a moment there. Why does this keep happening?
I wish I knew. Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
Things appear to be getting much, much worse. With the voice, and now the Empire is coming to attack Alamigo, now we must go to the Enclave and pick up Lord Hien to go test the shield in the Burn. So it's the Ironworks, so is Sid gonna be here? Or no? Do we only see Sid in like the side missions and stuff?
It seems the engineers have matters well in hand.
It does appear that way, yes.
Should the barrier work as we intend, Doma will be free to reinforce her allies in Alamigo without fear of weakening her own borders. Honored friends, the time has come to put your hard work to the test. Start the generator.
No Sid though, what the frick? Who are these amateurs? Ooh.
Node 1 is operational. Nodes 2 to 8 are reporting similar energy levels. The barrier is forming.
Forming.
1,000
Wow, look at that.
arms, 2,000. 3,000. Expansion remains smooth. No fluctuations detected.
That looks so good. Imagine being in Garlemald, seeing that coming up. You're just like, what is that?
4,000. 5,000. Target altitude reached. The barrier is holding steady at 5,000 yards. We've done it.
Yeah. Ugh. That's right, baby. Now we're safe.
Is that an Imperial airship? Of all the rotten timing.
Wait, are they gonna have to fly through the...
This is a gift, Mistress Alize. They can test our new wool for us.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah!
Seems solid enough, though I was hoping for a fireball.
I kind of was too. Actually, I was hoping for more boom boom. Okay, but who's in this? Show yourself. Is it the Shadow Hunter guy? Oh!
By the gods. It's Alphino. What are you? Let me go! He has my brother!
Lower the barrier!
I wonder if his soul left him on that last one.
Be at ease, girl. The lad is not dead, merely locked in slumber.
Yeah, so that last vision that we had must have pulled his soul from him.
No, not him too.
Yeah. Fuck.
We could identify no cause and found no remedy. Thus I sought to return him to Doma, and into the arms of Lord Hien himself, it would seem. It is a day for fated reunions. Would you not agree, adventurer? Or should I address you as the Warrior of Light?
I mean, I have a name, sir. You can address me as my name. What?
I, Gaius van Baelsar, the Black Wolf.
What?
Was the title I was given. One I have long since relinquished. Stand down. The legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion died in Castrum Meridianum. I am no more than Gaius Balsar, a man without rank or allegiance.
What?
Impossible. There's no way you could have survived.
Yeah, what?
Do you remember how it unfolded?
I remember running for my life because the facility was going to explode.
How I was deceived by La Habrea?
Yeah.
How I was convinced that reviving the Ultima weapon would allow me to bring peace to Eorzea?
Yeah, I remember all of that.
The Ascian used me, as he used so many others, all to further the restoration of his wretched god. Yet even with the might of Alec at my command, you bested me. And as the Praetorium went up in flames, I was content to burn along with it. For a moment at least. A moment of folly. To surrender my life thus would have been to betray all who died for my cause. It was for them that I dragged myself free of the rubble, and swore vengeance on the Ascians.
Okay, that explains all the Ascians he's hunted and killed.
The Black Wolf has shed his pelt, never to return to Garlemald or her legions. I live now only to exact revenge.
Okay, so, okay. I see it now in that mask.
My principal quarry was to be La Habrea, whom I gather you have since ushered onto oblivion.
That's damn right I did.
But so many more remain. Long as their kind lurked in the shadows, laboring to sow chaos throughout our world, I would see each and every one dragged into the light and put to the sword. Are the Scions not of like mind?
We definitely
In
are.
simple respect, perhaps.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Then I shall continue the partnership the boy began, and share what intelligence I have acquired.
He's so much more chill than I remember Gay as being.
Among the Ascians, the Black-Masked Ilk are subordinate to those who wear red. This you already know.
Yeah, I do know that, yeah.
Yet among the red there exists a hierarchy. Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source.
Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source. What? What does that mean?
Nabriales, who once dared to intrude upon the Rising Stones, belonged to the former group, and while he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the Source.
Rising Stones, right, which is us. Oh, so they're groups. While he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the Source.
The first was La Habrea, who plagues us no more. There is also the white-robed Elidibus, and the elusive Emmett Selk, about whom little is known.
Emmett Selk? I've never heard that name before.
We have files on La Habrea and Elidibus, but I believe this Emmett Selk is new to us?
Sure is.
As I assume my brother told you, we have evidence to suggest that an Ascian now walks in the body of the Crown Prince. Have you identified this interloper?
Ooh, do you think he knows? You think he knows who it is? I know who it is.
Elidibus seems the most likely culprit. As emissary, it is his role to maintain the equilibrium between darkness and light.
He's no fun. Too
Your
smart.
many deeds in Hydaelyn's name have upset the balance, and I believe he seeks to restore it by throwing his considerable power behind the Empire. As a leader of the Ascians, he is one of our primary targets.
Your many deeds in Hydaelyn's name have upset the balance. That is in reference to the Warriors of Darkness, right? And how there's like that balance that has to always happen between light and dark.
It was on the trail of this very prey that the boy and I came across the scene of a failed uprising. In the absence of a single Garlean casualty, we inspected the bodies of the rebels, and the lack of any external injury drew my immediate attention. They had been slain by Black Rose, an alchemical invention of the Imperial Army. When I yet served as legatus, I ordered its production halted and all stockpiles destroyed. Toxic gas is not a tool of conquest, but of extermination.
Toxic gas? This must be the new weapon Maxima warned us about. Something deadly enough to sweep away all resistance in a matter of hours. Gods. You don't think they're planning to use this in Alamigo, do you?
I didn't even think about them taking it to Alamigo at all.
Put your fears to rest. We infiltrated the production facility and destroyed all existing stores of the chemical along with the plant itself. Even should they rebuild the operation, they will not soon manufacture another batch. Regardless, I would draw your attention to a directive we discovered in the plant's records. The document was marked with a recent date and authorized with the signature of one Zeno Ciegalvas.
Fuck. Which means that Elidibus has authorized the production of this gas. Along with Solvus.
A dead man signing the death warrant for thousands. 'Tis bad comedy.
No, it's not even good comedy, Ian. What?
But the tale does not end there. Within that same facility was a chamber filled with devices of Allegan design. Cloning technology, we realized.
They're cloning Allegan technology?
And what should we find in each and every incubator? But a young Emperor Solus. All of which prompts the question, were the Ascians responsible for these abominations, or was it the will of the Emperor?
That's a great question. He's smart. He's so smart.
I must know which hand guides the Empire. Though I have given up my rank, I am yet a son of Garlemald, and I will fight for the future of my homeland. It is time I return to the hunting of shadows. We should focus on our common foe. To reopen old quarrels now would serve no purpose.
I should have recognized him from his freaking weapon, dude. It's just been so long since we've seen him.
You saved my brother's life, so I'm willing to let sleeping dogs lie. But in truth, it's not my decision to make.
I don't really feel like fighting him again. I really don't. I mean, there are more important matters. Like, I don't... If he wanted to come for us again, he would have. Like...
There was a time when I scorned those who placed their faith in false gods. Even as I, in my blinkered conviction, place mine in Ascian promises. Unlike yours, my strength of will and my restraint was found wanting. We shall meet again, warrior of light.
I have so many questions how you lived.
So that was the infamous Black Wolf. An unexpected ally, to say the least.
Yeah. Unexpected that he's even alive. That explains his ship, though, I guess, why he's in a Garlean ship.
Well, I am content to leave the fine-tuning of the barrier to cleverer minds. Let us bid our friends from the Ironworks farewell, and see what can be done for Alphino back in Dorma.
Agreed. Get the fuzz out of here. I'm completely and absolutely flabbergasted that the Shadow Hunter is Lord Gaius. However, I'm thankful he was able to bring us Alfie safe. Alfie is apparently exhibiting similar signs as the rest of the Scions, and we still have no solution as how to save them. Now that the wall is in place, we can expect reinforcements from Doma and can join Alden and Lys for the defense in Alamigo. We have a meanwhile at the Black Rose chemical plant, where we find out that the Black Rose supplies are indeed in a bad place, much to what Gaius had told us. However, Solus mumbles something that I fear will be something I will understand at a later Date.
A silent agent of death. Now that I think on it, Black Rose may well possess the perfect aspect. Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source, and the gas should be most susceptible to its influence. Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war.
I'm really kind of afraid of what the revival of Solus will be for the Empire, and Varys seems to be equally suspicious of him. Varys and Solus have a heart-to-heart about how the Empire was plunged into chaos after Solus died before he named his successor, which was apparently by design, and Varys is super happy to hear this.
It was by design?
Solus then appears to ramble on, but I fear he's just crazy enough, despite not making any sense to me at this time, to have a plan in place that I will not see until it's too late. Following this cutscene, we leave for Alamigo to meet with General Alden and Lys to catch them up on the circumstances of Doma, Alfie, Gaius, and the Black Rose, where I have this super profound thought. The end of A Realm Reborn, when everybody ends up disappearing, and you literally don't rescue everybody until like expansions later. And I swear, if Thancred, Ishtola, Alfie, Urianger, if they're just like sleeping in bed through all of Shadowbringers, and I'm just sitting here thinking the whole time, like, how do we rescue them? How do we save them? How do we rescue them? Like, it's gonna drive me nuts. Lys then absolutely just drops a bomb in our lab.
Oh, speaking of Garleans you didn't expect to see, we have a tale of our own, as it happens. When we sent envoys to the Imperial Army to request talks, they returned with the message that Varys Zos Galvus would be attending.
What? Apparently, all of the individuals involved in the current Eorzean Alliance are invited to attend, along with myself as the Warrior of Light and Alice as the representative of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Like how we're all on this side of the table and nobody's on the other side of the table except for him. I'm actually terrified of this guy because he's huge. Like, he looks like he could take all of us.
Esteemed representatives of the Eorzean Alliance. On behalf of the Garlean Empire, I thank you for inviting me here today. As this parley was convened at your request, I invite you to speak first.
He's super scary.
Very well, Your Radiance. I, Nanimo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, should be pleased to oblige you.
Get him, Nanimo. Fuck him up.
As recent events in Alamigo and Doma have made plain, the subjugation and exploitation of neighboring nations is not a sustainable policy.
You know, I bet if Nanimo got on the table to like yell at him, I bet she wouldn't even see eye to eye to him still.
Should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us. But you will never extinguish the people's desire for freedom. Though it may not be in our lifetime, there will be another revolution, another war, and the cycle will continue. Doma has entered into a concord with the nations of Eorzea, a partnership wherein we recognize one another as equals. Garlemald could be afforded similar treatment. You need only set aside your ambitions and join us in paving a path towards peace.
I hope he just says no and gets up and walks out.
You will not win me over with sophistry, Your Grace. As you know only too well, this alliance lacks the strength to keep the peace within its own borders. Even now, your struggles with the Beastmen continue unabated.
That's true. He's got a point, though.
Divided, you sow this fertile soil with the seeds of your differences and reap naught but discord and chaos for your trouble. Eorzea must be united under one leader, one purpose. I would offer you both and bring an end to your strife.
With all due respect, Your Radiance, the only thing that you offered the people of Alamigo was fear and hopelessness.
Yeah, tell him, Lise.
The citizens of Dorma can also attest to the meager arms of Imperial rule. There is no purpose to be found in a life of oppression, each day more uncertain than the last.
I'm really scared.
Our people are willing to die for their freedom. A great many already have, and countless more will, if we don't put an end to this madness here and now.
He doesn't seem like he's gonna care. Like, he's just gonna be like, alright, let's throw down then, like... No way you can cross your arms.
We brought order and stability to your lives. This madness and bloodshed is of your own making. You broke the peace, not Garlemald.
You did this, not me.
Peace. Order. You kill our peoples, despoil our lands, take everything that is ours. And what? You expect us to lick the boot that grinds our faces into the dirt?
I expect you to weigh the costs. To recognize that countless lives have been lost on both sides in pursuit of a greater good, and to not squander all we have achieved in a fit of petulance.
Raban, last time you decided to pipe up, you lost your arm. So make a good choice here.
Your Radiance. I fear I can personally attest to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous fervor.
It's true, actually. He can.
For 1,000 years, the Holy See of Ishgard waged war with dragons.
They did. Oh, yeah.
1,000 years of sacrifice, of sorrow and hate, in which we bathed in the blood of friend and foe alike. Had it gone on any longer, we may well have drowned.
I mean, yeah.
Yet we have chosen to raise ourselves out of this bloody spiral, and have since made peace with our former enemy.
So I understand. No doubt the dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's demise.
The dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's... Yeah, it's true, actually.
You speak of peace, yet use war to achieve it. Your father would not have bothered to obscure his intent with honeyed words. He understood that strength is all that matters in the end.
And his father was the priest, right? The head priest, who eventually became the Gigapope, right? Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Emmerich, but he's right. And that just kind of discounts everything you said.
Without his clarity of vision, I can but wonder what will become of Ishgard and her people. There was a time when Garlemald too lacked a leader of conviction. Weak and unable to wield magic, we were at the mercy of the strong from whom we sought refuge in the bitter cold of the north. Were it not for the discovery of ceruleum and the subsequent development of magitech, we might never have gained the power to take back that which was rightfully ours.
You speak as if your people were the first to have been driven from their homes. Limsa Lominsa was built by wayward souls in search of a place to call their own. On the shores of Vilbrand we found it. And from those humble beginnings did we grow and flourish. And all without robbing our neighbors of their liberty.
So saith the pirate. Am I to believe that you simply asked the kobolds to yield up their lands and that they were happy to oblige you? That you did not drive them out like rats in the hold of one of the many ships seized by your privateers? I will concede that after centuries of exile, reclamation may be mistaken for invasion. Nevertheless, it is not. And those who till stolen soil have no right to object when cast out in turn.
Your uncompromising nature rivals that of the Ixal.
So is each person like combating what he's saying and trying to say like, nah, I'm not like that, and then like he has some sort of rebuttal that he immediately is like, nah, but you are like that actually.
They too lament circumstances which they themselves perpetuate. Were they but to embrace peace, we would welcome them with open arms. Indeed, some few have done just that, and now receive of the 12's Wood's bounty. Would that your people might learn from their example.
Alright, let's see what he's got for Connie Senna. I was like, I'm sure she'll be fine, but let's see.
You dare compare us to the Birdmen? You who thought to invoke the 12 and threaten all of creation?
But that was against Bahamut.
I came here in the hope of finding some speck of common ground, but I see now these discussions will accomplish nothing. Despite what you people may believe, I am not wont to choose the sword over the olive branch. 'Tis but a pity men are loath to accept one without first being shown the other.
Do it.
Wait, I beg you. This meeting was supposed to be a chance to find a way forward together, not to bemoan the missteps which brought us here.
Yeah, tell him.
Please. If you truly consider violence a last resort, there must be a way we can come to an agreement.
And then we can focus on opening whatever those gates are that we're supposed to open to save our friends. And you can fuck off.
As Mistress Alize says, we did not come here to bicker over the past, but to discuss how we might strive towards a brighter future.
I actually kind of liked that, where like we kind of like touched into like each expansion and things that have happened up to this point. That was kind of nice actually. It's like almost like a walk down memory lane.
Emperor Varys, may I suggest a short recess, that all present might compose themselves prior to beginning anew?
Very well. I pray this intermission will suffice to move these talks in a more constructive direction.
He's not as insane as I thought he would be. Like I thought he like, especially like when compared to like Solvis, where like Solvis is just like, I like blood, and Xenos is like, I like killing people, and he's very like composed, you know? It's much different than I thought it would be. We end up simply just sitting around discussing that we do not know his play and that he is definitely hiding something. So I suggest, why don't we just simply ask him what he's looking for and what he hoped to get out of these negotiations. What's up, dude? We're here.
Now then, who would have the floor?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Before we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, we have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
Okay, so you're gonna ask him what he would like now?
I'll admit your familiarity with our affair surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim one's homeland. But why expand further? That is my question.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people. Recognizing the threat icons pose to the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner. Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the barrens said to have been laid waste by Icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
What? We're cooking. You guys, we're cooking here. We've got some ideas throwing around. People are bringing up some good shit. Silva's just gonna walk in with like canisters of Black Rose and just like roll them across the ground. The barbecue is hot. Serenity, thank you for the hydrate. Oh, pancakes and bacon. There's enough heat in here for that. I'm ready. I mean, I'm not ready because I'm terrified for what the answer is going to be to what just happened.
Finally, you ask the right question.
I'm too scared. I'm too scared to click, you guys. Fuck. I'm too scared to hear what he has to say.
I can but hope you heed mine answer and at last accept the righteousness of our cause. My goal is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be. In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more. No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences. There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
Okay, like the Nazis. Okay.
What in Rulga's name are you talking about?
I am talking about the origins of the star, of the source and its 13 reflections.
The source. They talked about the source just a second ago with the Ascians.
At the instant of the great sundering, 'twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfection. That is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother. You all in your own way have proven as much today. The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures. To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined. That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
A rejoining of worlds.
I have heard this tale of the Source and its reflections before.
Are these not the selfsame desires as the Ascians?
Emperor Varys, do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom. My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
To be a pawn, free from the burden of choice, would be a blessing. But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Garlean Empire was built by the hand of an Ascian.
Solvis, this is their first time hearing about this, right?
What?
Yes. My grandsire, the former emperor, is of their number. And who better to build an empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire? Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters, when the prize is true and lasting peace?
Okay, never mind. Remember when I said, oh, he's really composed? This dude's nuts. I'll take back everything I said. I will stomp you in the Ascians, no matter the cost. Your prize is a lie. Your masters, demons. I don't know which one's better. They're both pretty bad. I'm gonna do the your prize is a lie one.
I come not to conquer, but to liberate. To free man from the prison of divergence.
Imagine a world united. One perfect race beneath a single standard. An army before whose might these servants of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs. We would be the masters of our own fate.
Look at those eyes, man. It's crazy.
I bid you join me, not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
I'm good. I'm so
you want
good.
To trigger another half-dozen calamities.
Nope.
You can't be serious.
Yeah, nope. I'm out. I'm out. Let's leave.
Have you forgotten how many died? There will be no one left.
Nope.
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
It is unthinkable. Unconscionable.
Everybody else stands just cuz.
And what is the alternative? To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together that we might take fate into our own hands.
Let's just fight him now. There's like 8 of us.
Into your hands, perhaps.
Warriors of Darkness.
But what of the other worlds, your radiance? With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
To the Ascians, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe. We cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
Are these truly the words of Garlemald's ruler?
Nanamo's like, alright, I've heard enough. Are you actually insane? Because if you are, I would like to leave now. I've had enough.
The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varys, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections, the strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another. While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation.
Yeah, get him, Nanamo.
That the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible. Such a man is not fit to govern.
And you, warrior of light, would you refuse me as well?
She should have stood on her chair when she said that. It would have been way scarier. He's asking me, do I want to summon icons and start another calamity and start some shit and kill a whole bunch of people after everything that I've done? No. Or climb on Raban? Yeah, and then Raban could have chucked her at his face, and she could have like bit his ear, maybe an eyeball. I cannot condone such a loss of life. Absolutely not. I will kill you here now if these people just let me go. Let me at him. Let me at him.
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
Is she gonna blast him? Think she's gonna start blasting? Oh man. So we go to war, homie. Bring all your farts.
You Eorzeans never cease to disappoint me.
Oh, I'm gonna disappoint you a whole lot in
Though
this
I
next
suppose
expansion.
I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages.
Alright, he's gonna piss off Elise with that comment, for sure, Z's.
This discussion is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting. It will not be at the negotiating table.
Yeah, you bet your ass it won't be. I'm gonna cut that other eye out. That went about as well as I thought it would. I was kind of hoping like the table would get flipped, but whatever. Now that that's over, we meet up with the Alliance where we coordinate a defensive against the Empire. We cannot afford to lose this fight. Alice, however, has some parting words before we embark on our mission against the Empire.
I should be terrified. But with you at our side, I can't help feeling everything is going to be alright.
That's right. I am the champion.
So please, don't you dare leave me alone.
Oh, Alice, I would never. Which, her saying this makes it so much worse with what happens next, and it makes it so much harder to bear.
We did it! I dare say they'll be reeling from this.
Good, but I think it was all a
You were
distraction.
truly inspiring in battle, my friend. I'm determined not to be outdone, but there seems to be no one left to fight.
That's right, because I killed them all.
A tactical withdrawal, perhaps?
We should give chase. Finish them off while we have the chance. Imagine the other surprise when they wake to find the war already won.
Yeah, for real. But I don't think that's going to be the... Oh, shit.
The light will expunge all life.
Alice?
Only you can forestall the calamity.
That's what I'm trying to do. Get out of my head.
Throw wide the gates.
No! 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 No!
Wait, is she going to faint too? Fuck, dude. Shit. So it's just me now. I'm the only one.
Oh no. Don't tell me. Are you all right?
I'm okay, but that means I'm next.
Quickly! We must get her back to the encampment.
He says, only I can stop the calamity. We must throw wide the gates. Keeps taking my friends. Alice appears to be missing her soul. I'm just to return to the Rising Stones and rest. While we wait to hear from Kryl. But also, this is happening somewhere far away from the Rising Stones. And does not make me feel much better. There's Lord Xenos. Or I guess, Elidibus.